The Mark Dacey Show, brought to you on Broadband Box Office Network, coming to you directly from the East Coast at VK Media Studios. We stream live every second Monday of the month, and we're archived on iTunes. So, like us on Facebook. Now, enjoy the show. Hello, I'm Jennifer Lopez. Welcome to the Mark Dacey Show. Well, there. In the beginning, that's been used. A long, long time ago, in a land far, far away, it's okay. In a world where, off in the distance, a dog barked. It was a dark and stormy night. And lo, it did come to pass that in those days, it was the best of times. It was the worst of times. Call me Ishmael. It's the Mark Dacey Show, and welcome to it. Yeah, I remember all of those beginnings, just like the way I remember all those TV theme songs. Like when I was a kid, Bewitched. Ba-dum, 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 I Dream of Jeannie. The Addams Family. Da-da-da-dum, da-da-da-dum. Oh, they're creepy and they're kooky, mysterious and spooky. Woo! The Andy Griffith theme. McHale's Navy. Are you ready? Bum, bum, ba da ba dum, bum, ba dum, bum, 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 ba da ba bum, ba bum, bum, da 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 da. Oh, horse is a horse, of course, and no one can talk to a horse, of course, unless, of course, the horse, of course, is the famous Mr. Red. Oh, Wilbur. Come listen to my story about a man named Jed. A poor mountaineer barely kept his family fed. Welcome back. Your dreams were your ticket out. Welcome back. Flintstones, meet the Flintstones. We're the modern Stone Age family. Or that's in his car. He's in his car. His stone car with the stone wheels in the front. And then you, of course, they didn't have gasoline back in those days, so you had to use your feet, which sounded like this. Especially Fred's feet. Have you seen them? Yeah, that's what they look like. And then, of course, Star Trek. Beyond the rim of starlight, my love is wandering in star flight. I know he'll find in star-clustered reaches love, strange love, a star woman teaches. Strange love, a star woman teaches. One can only imagine. Okay. I know his journey never ends. His Star Trek will go on forever. I'm just a country doctor, Jim. Not a rheostatic inversion of the ninth dimension. Some sort of time portal, Jim. It's some sort of time portal, Jim. I know I'll find, what is it? No, his Star Trek will go on forever. But tell him while he wanders his starry seas, remember, remember me. Oh, yes. You remember all of those, right? And, of course, who could forget? Who could not remember the most memorable theme show of all, the, of course, Tom and Jerry theme song. It's like ingrained. You can't go wrong. and then it's into the cartoon. Of course, you know that, right? What? What was that? It was like Bartok meets Benny Goodman. Who could sing along to that? I mean, cartoon music. You know what? It was the most complicated crap we had to listen to. Oh, well, we had to listen to it because it was part of the cartoon. The cartoon, of course, was for the children. It was for the children, for us, the kids, yeah. But the music was complicated, erratic. It was new age, hard to play, weirdness. Really, it was Bartok meets Benny Goodman. It really was. But it gave work to out-of-work musicians because live shows in the 40s and 50s, they were all shutting down. All the burlesque houses, all the movie houses, they're all shutting down to live music. And if you were playing jazz in those days, you were not paying the rent, babe. It was hip, but it was cheap, unfortunately. And there were only like one or maybe two Philharmonic orchestras per big city. So where do you go when you read music and you want to get paid? Cartoon World. You go to Cartoon World. Sure you do. But only schooled musicians could really play this stuff because it was like all over the chart, man. It was all over the place. How you what? And those guys are like reading that. You know? So you had to be pretty good. But somehow, all this intense musical composition stuff was drilled into our ears. And it's just that outside the world of cartoonery, it wasn't really, or isn't really, something that has ever been appreciated as much as it should. Because it's really cool. You listen to it without the cartoon, woo, you lose your mind. Couple of absinthes, maybe, and, some roly-poly juice. About 10 minutes later, it's crazy. Really, you mix it with orange juice and a little bit of Stoli, and you try and follow that. You're not gonna do that. So, just to demonstrate what I'm talking about, I'm going to read this next piece that I wrote down from these two ladies who were standing in front of the line at ShopRite last week. So I wrote this down, and the first one I'm going to do, the first one I'm going to do without music, okay, and then the second one I'll do with music. So you'll get an idea of what the heck I'm trying to be talking about right here as we go along, turning to Josie Jessel, Georgie. Okay. Without music, right? What crazy weather we've been having, huh? One day it rains, the next day it's sunny, and then like the next day it's sunny, but then it rains again, and then like the day before, I was thinking it was going to rain, and now it's sunny again. Oh, yes, I know. And they've been saying it's going to be rainy and then sunny. But, they've been wrong before. I know. They say that we're in for a very, very hot and wet summer. They say it's going to be hot and wet. But, you don't know. And I can't stand hot and humid. I can't stand hot and humid. I can stand the hot. But not the hot and the humid, because heat is good. Like I try, the heat is good, but too much, and it's too much, I have friends in Arizona, and they say it's 100 degrees, but you can't feel it. Like they have air conditioning and all, but they don't have a wet. So you know what I mean? It's different kind. It's a different kind of weather. Now my husband and I are thinking about moving to Florida, but it takes I can't take the humidity. I can take the heat, but when you're all wet and clammy, ow! So, now my husband loves fishing, so I don't. I say, I'll stay indoors. You go out for the groceries, and I'll stay inside and have a drink. All right, not a bad read. If I was like auditioning for All in the Family or something, Edith. I don't know, but when you put the music behind it, it's a totally different thing. This is what I mean. It's coming up. What crazy weather we've been having, huh? One day it rains, and the next day it's sunny. And then, like the next day, it's sunny, and then it rains again. It's like the day before. I thought it was going to rain, but then, well, it became sunny again. Oh, yes! They've been saying it's going to be rainy and then sunny, but, oh, they've been wrong before. I know. They say that we're in for a very, very hot and wet summer, but, you know, it's going to be hot, but, you know, when it's wet, I can't stand the hot and the humid. The hot and the humid. I can't stand the hot. Heat is good, but not too much, you know. If it's too much, you know, it's just too much. And I don't like the heat and the humidity, because when you get the heat and the humidity, it's a totally different thing. I have these friends in Arizona, and they say it's 100 degrees, but you don't feel it. Like they have air conditioning and all, but they don't have the wet. You know what I mean? And it's a different kind of weather. My husband and I are thinking of going to Florida, and I can't take the humidity. I can take the heat, but when you're all wet and clammy, ah! Now, my husband loves fishing, so I don't. I say, I'm going to stay indoors. I'll say, you go out and buy the groceries, and I'll stay inside and have a drink. See? See how it was different? Well, it sure was on this side of the camera. I'll tell you that right now, folks. Okay. See? Music always makes a difference. It makes a difference. If we could only sum it up in real life, what we needed to have, like, as our musical background, as our soundtrack, like, if there were certain special times that music would just come out of the blue. Like, there are times in our lives which could have been so much more remembered, you know, more imprinted with meaning, and certainly remembered. Like the first time you broke up with that girl, you never saw her again. But if there was that music, the last time you played touch football with the old gang, you know, you walked away and maybe you didn't even know it was the last time. When you walked out of your high school as a senior for the very last time, where was that music, you know? I mean, that was the last time, and now it's gone. Or the last time you watched Thomas the Tank Engine with your little boy or girl. And now it's onto vampires and crazy video games. He's older. She's gone. The moment is gone. So, what you need is a soundtrack. That's what we need. See what I'm saying? Somehow it was more meaningful when I talked about that with the music in the background. Anyway, Grover Campbell was one of my very first guests on one of my very first shows here 25 years ago. He sang a song, and he played that song at my wedding, and he did the song in the show as well. The song is Follow.
Let me ask you about this. You did this at my wedding a couple of years ago. It was a really pretty song, and it's called Follow, right?
Yeah.
We got you hooked up here and kind of almost wired for sound.
Okay.
Not the full treatment, obviously, but do a little unplugged version. Here, Follow's a pretty song, man.
All right, let's try it. Here we go. Follow you down from the mountain. Follow you like a meteor. Follow you to your room. It's never too soon. The key to my heart unlocks the door. Follow you around at your parties. You're the one they all adore. Follow you when you leave, and if you don't feel some need, then I'll follow you.
it's such a pretty mood piece, man. I remember us sitting up on the altar with my lovely bride, and it was just like, what? It was so pretty, man. That, but over the years, you've developed that style, that emotive thing, man. At the same time, you could be like, what else is on this album? Cool Cat Claudia. Now, I know Claudia, and she's a wild, wild lady. And it's very interesting how you can take a little bit of knowledge, a little bit of friendship, and just inspire it into a song. It's a funny song.
Yeah.
It's up-tempo, too. You want to do a little bit of that for us?
A little swinging version of it. Here we go.
Cool Cat Claudia.
Cool cat Claudia, won't you come outside to play? Cool cat Claudia, come on, take the blues away. Snap, crack, crackle and pop. Sweet mama, baby, don't you stop. Cool cat Claudia, I've been so naughty, come on, outside to play. Cool cat Claudia, I'd like to get to know you, son. Come on, Claudia. Cool cat Claudia, come on, let's have a little bit of fun, baby. Snap, crack, crackle and pop. Sweet mama, baby, don't you stop. Cool cat Claudia, I've been so naughty, come on, let's have some fun. Well, I feel just like a kid. A cool cat Claudia, they could flip my wig.
Yeah, man. That's nice.
Excerpts, just excerpts.
Nothing but excerpts.
You gotta buy that CD, folks, if you want the entire product.
There's no more cod off Cape Cod. There's no more cod off Cape Cod. That is to say, there's no more wild cod. There may be shore farms or something like that. I mean, have you ever seen a fish farm? Let's say the living conditions are close. Sort of like the community pool house after shower time. Anyway, fishermen have to go practically like 500 miles northeast to the Flemish Cap if they want to haul in any fresh cod. And when they get back, they got to haul it in, and when they haul it in, all the livers are sucked out for cod liver oil. Yeah, now I don't know how many fish livers go into a capsule of that stuff, but people gotta be healthy, so we gotta have our cod liver oil caplets at any cost, or else. So we wiped out the cod off Cape Cod. They just ought to call it Cape, because there are none anymore. It used to be an idea. It's sort of like Cape, it used to be an idea. But it ain't no more. But I'm not worried about it because nature will take care of herself. I happen to know that. She always has, right? That's right. It reminds you of the time, did I tell you about this? My Easter duck. I released my Easter duck into the wild. I gave him his freedom. Remember when you were a kid? I don't know if you remember when you were a kid. When I was a kid, that is. Do you remember when I was a kid? What's happening on my TV? Yeah, when I was a kid, what we used to do was go up to the pet shop at Easter time, and they would have little chicks and little ducks and little goslings, and you could buy them for 75 cents. And then you take them home, and they'd promptly die within like 3 or 4 days because nobody knew how to take care of farmyard animals, not in Newark. So anyway. Well, we raised my duck for the 3 years. We kept it for 3 years. We kept it in the basement. We brought it upstairs during the night, during the daytime, and we would feed it, and then we put it in a pen in the backyard, and we let it walk around. It had we fed it twice a day, and we had a name for it. It got along with the dogs and the cats. It was wonderful. And then my mother said, The duck is old enough now to. This is my mother's. It's an invitation on my mother. It's not, but it'll do for the show. Sorry, Mom. What can I say? The duck now can go back to the freedom of his wild thing. It's a white duck. Sure, we'll release him into the Ridgewood Pond where all the other ducks are. So that's what we did. We went up with my duck. His name was Donald. Yeah, and we released him into the wilds of the Ridgewood Pond, which he probably lived a day and was eaten by a weasel. But we released him. You know, sort of like, you know how the Amish kids are raised, or is it the Mormon kids? I don't know if it's the Amish or is it maybe it's both. They release their children at 18 years old, like they bring them up in the strict religious, upbringing. Like the Bible, Ecclesiasticus says Ecclesiastes 14, the thing that you can't do, and then you have to turn to Genesis, and then they get the Bible, John and Matthew, and then they go that's all. Their whole life is like until they're 18, and then their parents say, "Okay, you're released. Go out into the wild." And then, if you decide it's a little different, or you can't handle it, like they were brought up to even think about, I don't know, listening to REO Speedwagon. For starters, their minds go. So they have to come back because there's guys like Eminem out there, and they have to go back. Why? Well, it's crazy. But nature will take care of herself, I'm sure. At any rate, the whole idea is better said, maybe better sung, with some music behind it. So, here's nature taking care of herself. Here's the Jitters on my show from 25 years ago, singing about it. The song is "We Live Here."
Talks a funny language and he eats funny
Canary in a coal mine. Canary in a coal mine. Canary in a coal mine. We're all canaries in a coal mine. You really we're being experimented on. I can tell by the contrails in the sky. It's the same song, really. Canary in a coal mine. And it's this biz. This music biz ain't easy, man. I'll tell you that right now. Hi, my name is Mark Dacey, and I have a band, and we sing songs about love and the environment. What's the name of the band? The Atlantics. The Atlantics? Oh, no, I said toothbrush. Toothbrush? No, I said flashlight. Flashlight? Every bar manager from here to Poughkeepsie talks to you that way. It doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter. They'll flashlight? Did you just say flashlight? Like as in flashlight? Yeah, I said flashlight. Wait a minute. Flashlight? Wait, did you say Matt Darcy and the Squirrels? I don't know which phone I'm on anymore. Yes, that's it. And you get to the gig, and there it is on the marquee. Tonight, the Atlantic toothbrush. It doesn't matter, man. You fight a losing battle. That's one of this whole crazy business. This whole crazy business of playing music for a living or acting for a living. And I've been doing both of those for about 25 years, I guess. Even putting this little show together, it's hard creative work. I'm telling you right now, pal. It's not all what it's cracked up to be. No, there's a lot of homework involved. There's practice and stuff, and it ain't just talking to the camera all night. Here, I'll show you what I mean. Hey, hey, did you hear? Oh yeah, it's true. Not only that, but it's pay-per-view. Sure, it's on pay-per-view. See, pay-per-view. It's pay-per-view. It's on pay-per-view. It's a mask. It's a paper. It's pay-per-view. Get it? Sure. No, it isn't. It's free. Welcome to the docudrama Love Lives of Nordic Pleasure Slaves. Oh, no, wait a minute. No, it's the Mark Dacey Show, unsigned. I forgot. I forgot for a second what the heck I was doing. Unsigned. Mark Dacey Show, unsigned, and that's because nobody has signs around here. Although I hear through the grapevine that we're all Leos or Capricorns, but I'm not sure. It's getting heavy already. And I'll tell you what, if this show gets any heavier, what we'll do is we'll just take a little meditation pause, okay? Because we can do that from time to time here on the Mark Dacey Show, as you know. Here, watch.
Gal to make you smile, but don't worry.
Pretty good, huh? Watch. Good, thank you very much. You know, a lot of friends of mine have been watching the show, some of my enemies as well, and they've been saying to me things like, you know, what you ought to do with this show is you ought to have a guy come in here with the thing and with the fly across there and with the Flamus, with the Ramacue and the Pirelli, and then furthermore, you could have like the Framus with on top of the Kramus view with the worldly universalism. You know, I'm saying, well, sure, but and then, you know what I say? Get your own show, because I mean the show is like it's complicated. I mean you just can't like have these things like happen like that, you know. I mean, first of all, you have to have a suit and tie. Yeah. So, like I was saying, well, sure, you need a suit and tie. Well, not only do you need a suit and tie, you need a set. So, we've got a set. Well, I always knew that we could. Well, I've got a suit, got a tie, and now we need, like, a script. But I think that would... Give me that. So, look, we got a script, we got a tie, we got a suit, we got a set. What else we... Now we need a product. We got to sell product here. That's what we need. I happen to have a product.
That spray-on hair stuff. I don't know if it'll work. Woo! Excuse me, we have our resident. Please, it's a little spot. It's just a little tiny bald spot back. See, just like new. It's unbelievable, isn't it? It's happening. It's part of the show. You gotta have a set. You gotta have a suit. You gotta have a script. You need an air tank. It's unbelievable. That stuff is unbelievable, isn't it? I feel like a Nordic, I'm dying here. Anyway, you got to be willing to go out on a limb. You know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, you just can't. I mean, what I'm saying is that, like, you just can't. And look, there's planning, execution, timing, production. There's crew coordination. There's camera angles. There's all those camera angles involved. There's ideas, original ideas. I need some original ideas. I'm all out of them. I don't have any more original ideas. So send your original ideas, care of Mark Dacey Show. That's box 841, Upper Montclair, New Jersey, 07043. Send them now, will you? This is getting too heavy for me. Hey, are you done with it?
You want this back?
Yeah. No. Can I have it, please?
Oh.
Give it to me. Give it to me. You got to have some jokes. So you know what I mean? I need ideas. This show is getting a little bit too heavy at this point. I think it's time for some meditation. A little meditation. Here we go.
Will frown, and that will bring everybody down.
Oh, it's good.
So don't worry.
Up, bring it down, out. Very good. A little meditation never hurt nobody, you know. It's an entire process, you know, and it can wear you out.
All right. Yeah, Dream Center. Dream Center. Hello. Hello. Oh, hello. Yes, you've reached the Dream Center. That's right. Shop with the rest, and then buy from the best. The Dream Center, reserving your dreams of tomorrow today. So, how can I help you? Oh, you'd like to reserve a dream? Great, great, great. Well, have you reserved a dream with us before? Huh? Great, great, okay. Okay, credit card, please? Oh, sorry, yes. Oh, the Honorable Governor Rick Perry from Texas. Thank you. Yes, well, sure. How can we forget? Of course. No, that's what you do. You forget. No. Listen. Well, how can we help you this time around? Well, that's what you need. You need some time to organize your thoughts. You're not really sure which dream you'll be. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. Okay. 1, just hang up. 2, relax and collect your thoughts. And 3, you'll know what to do next. Okay. Thanks, Rick. And no, really, take care. Thank you. Okay. All right. Dream Center. Hello, Dream Center. How can we help you? All right. Yes, sir. Oh, you'd like to order a dream? Absolutely. Okay. Have you reserved a dream with us before? No. Okay. Credit card, please. What's that? What? You don't have any credit. What are you, a comedian? Oh, you're a musician. I see. Oh, you're in the podcast business. I see. Well, look, just send a money order, and we'd be happy to return your call upon receipt. Just send your payment to the Dream Center, number 9, Sigmund Freud Lane, yes, Oz, Kansas, 66666. Thanks for calling, and we'll speak to you again, okay? Thanks. Okay, until then, bye-bye. Good luck. Okay. Hello? Dream Center. Dream Center. Yes, you reached the Dream Center. Yes. What? John Bonham? Ringo Starr? Who? Keith Moon? Phil Oh, wait a minute. No, you want the Drum Center. Yeah. No, that's 5-6, not 6-5. Okay. Well, pleasant dreams. Okay. Thank you. All right. Bye-bye. Dream Center. Hello. Next caller. Dream Center. Yes. Hi. Yeah, you'd like to reserve a dream for tonight? Okay, yes, good. Yeah, well, we have lots of them. All righty then. Visa and MasterCard number? Okay. All righty. Just a couple of questions now. Thank you. Do you want a good or a bad dream? Okay. Color, black and white? All right. Flying or non-flying? Good. Wet or dry? Okay, good. Want dream insurance with that? Yeah, your dream insurance is well. It guarantees that if you jump off, you don't really die if you hit the bottom. Oh, it's great. Yes. Okay then. Yes. And we've got a special on nightmares this week. Yes. You buy 2 dreams and we include 1 full nightmare, free of charge. It's what's this week's nightmare? What's this week's nightmare? Let's see. Oh, here it is. Yes. Governor Christie appoints you to oversee the closure of a certain bridge, and you wind up selling it to Donald Trump, who turns it into a riverfront casino, goes bankrupt, claiming that you were a liberal plant without a birth certificate. But that can never happen. It's just a bad dream. Okay, got it? Okay, I'll put you down for one. All righty. Thanks for calling. Yes, we'll deliver as quickly as we can. All right, thank you. All righty then. Next caller. Next caller, Dream Center? Hello, Dream Center? Okay, it's a little slow here. Oh, man. I gotta get myself a life.
So, who's influencing?
I got your invite in my email last night. I sent it right back to reply to. I wanna be there, I'll meet you right there, right in the middle of Times Square. I wanna be where anywhere is with you. I waited underneath a big ball of light. I waited hours after midnight. I got drinking, then I got to thinking, maybe your pretty little eye was only winking. Turn around, no one's inside. But if I were JB, and if I was in Maroon 5, maybe be a Bee Gees singing about you and me staying alive, staying alive. 'Cause if I were a Beatle, yeah, I would have been number 5. I put my everything hanging on a shoestring, learning to drive, learning to drive, learning to drive. I tweeted and I faced my book, I'll tell you. I guess you didn't hear me knocking. So excited, I couldn't hide it. Someone at the door said, "You're not invited." And it's you're way too busy rocking, yeah. But if I were JB, and if I was in Maroon 5, maybe be a Bee Gees sing about you and me staying alive, staying alive. 'Cause if I were a Beatle, yeah, could have been number 5. I put my everything hanging on a shoestring and learning to drive, learning to drive, learning to drive. Well, I hop back in my Lamborghini Veneno, back to home sweet home Malibu. Called up Snoop,
in Maroon 5. I'll never be a Bee Gees. Sing about you and me staying alive, staying alive. 'Cause if I were a Beatle, yeah, I would have been number 5. But I'm hurt my thing. I'm learning how to swing it, learning to drive. I'm learning to drive. 'Cause if I were a Beatle, yeah, 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 would have been number 5. I'm learning how to sing, learning how to swing. I'm learning to drive. I'm learning to drive. Oh, learning to drive. Oh, well, folks, that's what you call a show. And so, I do want to thank you for listening. I want to thank our illustrious producer and director, Pat Marucci, for making it all possible in the control room. I want to thank Don McClay for his wonderful publicity. That's a real good thing for us. And great photography. I want to thank our house band, Billy Willman, who could not be here tonight. He's eating jelly beans in France. Well, you know, somebody's got to go. Once upon a time, it felt so fine. You the ones were down in the prime, didn't you? People call, say, be well, darling. You thought that they was all kidding you, yeah. You say you never compromise with a mystery champ, but how you realize he's not selling any alibis. Let's just stare into the blackness of his eyes and see, do you want to make your deed? Oh, how does it feel? Oh, how does it feel? Be without a home, no direction now, no, like a complete unknown, no, it's like a rolling stone, yeah. You went to the finest schools, all right, less lonely, but you know you're only. I used to get juiced in it. Nobody taught you how to live out on the street, but now you're gonna have to get used to it. You used to be so amused when the pony interacts in the language that he used. Go to him now. You can't refuse. When you got nothing to lose. You're invisible now. You got no secrets to conceal. How does it feel? Oh, how does it feel to be without a home? Oh no. No direction on, like a complete unknown, no, just like a rolling stone, like a rolling stone, yeah, just like a rolling stone, ah, just like like a rolling stone. Like a rolling stone. Like a rolling stone. That's a show.
Hi, my name is Tom Ragu of the Tom Ragu Sit Down Comedy Show. You can listen to us at the Broadband Box Office, and for more information, please visit www.tomragu.com/podcast.
Hi, I'm Randy Lupo, host of the Randy Lupo Show on Broadband Box Office. Wait, is that a tongue twister or an alliteration? Come meet my favorite people, comedians, actors, writers, spiritual people, and everyone in between. I'm looking forward to seeing you.
Hi, everybody. How are you? I'm Bob Gonzo of The Bob Gonzo Show. And I'm here to introduce The Bob Gonzo Show to you. Watch The Bob Gonzo Show on ComedyMondays.com and iTunes. Once again, ComedyMondays.com and iTunes. Watch it live, or you can watch it on the archives, which means you can watch it forever. Bob Gonzo is the greatest show on the internet right now. It's the funniest, it's the sweetest, it's endearing. We have stand-up comics, we have bands, we have actors, we have people in the fashion industry. We have everything you need. So once again, The Bob Gonzo Show, the greatest show in the world. And if you watch it, you will become a better and happier and sweeter person. You. Watch The Bob Gonzo Show, everybody. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Hello, this is Dr. Barry Prostowski. I invite you to watch Courageous Doctors, an exciting new show on Broadband Box Office about how healthcare is affecting you today.